Instead of burning or burying their waste, farmers can now take containers to one of Agricovery's 70 designated drop-off sites around the country. From there, everything is inspected at least twice to ensure no chemical residue or sediment remains on the containers, which are then cleared for processing. Agricovery's inspection team rarely encounters problems with the containers themselves, saying farmers learn fast.
It takes a bit of time for them to get used to the criteria, but it's important that the inspection side of it is, as I said, international best practice. For us to operate in international markets, we have to have these programs. We have to have the inspection criteria. It's to safeguard the farmer as well as ourselves that we're not dealing with, for the containers program, we don't deal with the chemical residue. It's purely the triple rinsed agrichemical container. And that's what we say with the containers, that it has to be triple rinsed when it comes in.
Every year, the number of those farmers participating increases, and the job of processing gets bigger and bigger.
So Gareth, how much plastic are we looking at here behind us?
Behind us we've got about 2,000 kilos of shredded plastic. So that's been collected at various collection sites around the North Island. Represents, in 20 litre equivalents, about 2,000 containers, but in actual fact you're probably looking at between 3,000 and 5,000 containers that are shredded. We'll shred anything between 1 and 60 litres, as long as it meets our acceptance criteria.
From this state, the former plastic containers will meet their fate inside Astron's processing plant in South Auckland. Gareth explains the various stages of that process.
The process from this, what happens to it in the next stage?
Our driver shreds on site, so we shredded the material through a two-stage shredder. It then turns up at Astron, where we are now, and at that size. So Astron then take the plastic, they granulate it, so it's granulated, turns into a smaller size, and then they, through their processes, extrude it, then melt, so then it's melted, turns into a resin which is dyed black, and then that is turned into underground cable cover.
So what starts out as a farmer's chemical container could well end up protecting our underground data cables.
And of course that couldn't be reused in a consumer environment, could it?
You've got agrichemical containers that, even after a triple rinsing process, will still have a potential chemical residue. The plastic does absorb some of the chemical, so the underground cable cover is away from human contact. It's an end use that, as you've said, is in high demand and that can continue to be used.